Hello and welcome to the third part of our video tutorial on Race Around Europe. In the first two parts we went through the main gameplay areas. We explained what the screens were about, what travel cards are about, the next turn buttons, and actually started moving around. We reached Rome, and to get to Zagreb we said that because we didn't have two train cards, we were going to go back to Paris, across to Berlin, and down to Zagreb that way because we had the correct travel cards. For this tutorial, I'm just going to carry on playing that. We might not get to the end because it'll probably take too long, and I might fast forward to the end of the game. So if I hit the next turn button here, we can see we've got Berlin flashing orange. In this particular case, we can almost go everywhere. So from Paris, we could go to London, Madrid, Marseille, Rome, and Berlin. No silver flashes at all. Silver flashes are where it's a neighbouring city, but you don't have the correct travel card. In this case, we have travel cards to get us anywhere we want. As we said before, we're going to go to Berlin. So I click on Berlin. Do I want to go to Berlin? Yep. So off we go. And there's our opponent beyond. He's gone back into London. We have a hazard card there saying that the route between Minsk and Moscow has been shut off, so if you were trying to come around here it might be quite difficult. So we just carry on. As soon as we hit the next button we just go to the next travel point. He didn't move, so therefore he has just swapped a card because he didn't have any cards going to wherever he wants to go. The white next turn button has returned, so that means we can have our next go, and we are in Berlin. He's not gone and the white has come back, so he was just changing a card again. So to get to Zagreb then we use our two plane cards. So we just click on Zagreb. Oh, sorry, that was I should have pulled that message down. That was, do you want to go to Zagreb? Confirm. Marseille and Paris is now. So if he wanted to go to Marseille, he couldn't now. If he was already on the way to Marseille when that hazard card came up, then he would be allowed to finish his journey. So when we get to Zagreb, our destination card for Zagreb will appear. Hey presto. So you read that about that. An interesting quiz question is that Zagreb is the only capital city in the world that begins with the letter Z. Quite a popular quiz question. I'm sure some country will change their capital so that it does begin with Z. Press anywhere on this card to get rid of it. And we get a message saying, well done, you've reached your second destination, only one more to go, and then we have to get back to London. So we're 2-0 up at the moment. Okay, how are we going to do this now? We can get to Vienna. We're trying to get Donetsk. You can see now that we've been to both Rome and Zagreb, and those orange circles denoting those destinations have disappeared. So all we have to do is look for the one that's left, which is Donetsk. All our original ones are displayed at the top up here. So fairly obviously the way I'm going to go is to Vienna with our one card here. The unfortunate thing is I don't really have anywhere to get across that way at the moment. So it's asking me if I want to go to Vienna. Yes, I do. What am I going to get? I'm going to get a plain one. Doesn't really help me at the moment. He's off down to Rome. Right, so now I have nowhere to go. I could go to Warsaw, but as I would need a 2-train card to get across, which I don't have, I think it'd just be easier for me to swap a card. Now, if I look at my 4-boat card, I'm going to Donetsk, and after Donetsk, I'm going to have to get back to London. I'm not going to need the 4 card or the 2 card, so I'm going to swap this 4 card, and I do that by just clicking on it. And as soon as I click on it, you'll see it fades out, and the next one will come up and take its place. So you get a confirmation. Do you want to swap your boat 4 card? Yes, I do. Confirm. You can see it disappears and the next one comes up. Now, that's interesting. He's going to have his turn first. He hasn't got, he's got a bad hand of cards by the look of it. Now, what this can do now is instead of going this way, which we don't have the plain 2 card, we can go the Train 3 card, which we've got there, Train 2 card, which we've just drawn, and a Plane 1 card, which we had before, and then we have another Train 3 card, so we have all the cards necessary to go to Donetsk. I'm not going to worry about that this is going to take longer. I'm just happy that I've got the right cards. So I am going to, sure enough, go to Warsaw. And I think I'm just going to get us to Donetsk. And then we'll stop tutorial there. You should be getting an idea now for how everything works. So that air route has just been closed off. Our poor opponent has been stuck, and it does depend on the cards you get and where your destinations are. I've had times when he's absolutely flown through the game. Barcelona, I say, doesn't affect us. What we don't want are any blockages down here. Now, at the moment, the game does not have any hazards on one route like this or like this. You only get hazards blocking off routes that actually have white travel points on them. Okay, so now we're in Warsaw. Oh, he's got a 2 train card now. He's moving towards Venice. We'll move on to Minsk. And again, hopefully you can see this is giving you more of an idea of how the European countries are divided. Minsk is in Belarus, which is a massive country that obviously isn't that well known, part of the old Russia. So it just gives you an idea of where all these cities are and how to travel between them. Now, when I say how you travel between them, I've just made these routes up. I don't really want any feedback saying actually there isn't a boat service between Sebastopol and Istanbul. I have purely made these up to be plain trains and boat journeys. Okay, he's got to Venice. I've got to Minsk. What's he going to do now? So he's on his way down to Tirana at least. We don't know yet whether that's his next point of call or whether his next destination point or whether he has to go to Athens or any of these ones. So I think for this tutorial we just have time to get to Donetsk before we run out of time. He's on his way down to Tirana. Okay, so far all the hazards haven't affected either of us, I don't think. And again. Right, so he has got to Tirana and we get a message saying your opponent has reached their first destination. So I'll continue and we can see now it's 2-1. He has got 1 there. So we come into Donetsk, our last one, and you read something on Donetsk there, get rid of that, and we get the message, well done, you've reached all of your destinations, return to London to win the game, fairly obviously there. So we're going to do that. We're going to call it a day for this third part of the tutorial and come back for the 4th one, in which we'll finish the game. I may well have wound forward for that one. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you in the 4th installment of this gripping tutorial. Bye.